We're back at Open with F4, so we have dumped the brine, and we have a turkey here all ready, and what's next?
Yeah, so after our brine, we pull it out of that a day ahead of time, preferably a day ahead of time, to let our evaporation happen in our fridge. We have a nice tacky, dry turkey at this point. Now we're ready to go in the oven.
All right.
So I've got some rice bran oil here. It's a very high smoke point oil. If you don't have rice bran oil at home, it's totally fine. Something like avocado oil, vegetable oil, something that has a very high smoke point, because we're going to be searing this bird. If we do things like olive oil or butter, that's going to burn, and we do not want to burn the outside
And
of the bird.
this oil prevents it from burning then?
Correct. So it has a higher smoke point. It doesn't burn until over 500 degrees, well over 500 degrees. So it gives us the opportunity to sear the bird at a 500 or 550 degrees or so without burning the oil. So at this point, we've got our oiled bird. We did submerge it in salt. But we will add a little bit of salt before we go in the oven, and black pepper, just a touch. It's not going to take much. And then we are going to go into our oven. If you're at home, a conventional oven, I'm going to turn it up as high as I can go. 500, 550 degrees. Wow. Yeah. That hot air is going to sear the outside of the bird. We're going to go in really hot for a really short amount of time.
Right.
So 15, 20 minutes. You kind of have to watch it really closely. At this point, you're not going to walk away, go watch the football game or Packers or anything like that. You're going to pay attention to it until you get the color that you want. Okay. You want to see that sear.
And talking a bit of food safety here.
Right.
Stuffing inside or not stuffing inside?
No stuffing. No stuffing that you're going to eat, ever. Okay. So if we stuff the inside of that bird with stuffing that we plan to eat later, we have to cook that stuffing to 165 degrees so we don't make anyone sick.
Which is the poultry point, right?
Yep. So if we do that, if we cook to 165 on the inside of that, we're going to be overcooked on the outside and have a dry bird. So all that work we did is going to be out the window.
Okay, so 550 is high. People are probably going to see a little smoke, right? They see a little smoke. Don't panic.
Don't panic. So a clean oven's pretty important for this step as well.
Okay, this bird has to impress 15 relatives.
15.
Where do people go wrong?
Ooh.
Before it goes in the oven.
Yeah.
Any wrong moves we can make at this point?
Sure. I would say going past 165, 175 degrees. Once you get that point, you're going to be starting to get, even if you brine it, we're going to be dry. So I like to pull, the carryover cooking is going to keep happening after we take it out. So I like to pull my bird at like 155. It'll click up to 165 out of the oven, and it'll be perfect.
Let's get it in the oven. You ready?
Yeah.
Awesome. All right. Okay, it's in.
Awesome. So now we wait. Okay.
Okay, so the turkey has been cooking for how long, Mitch? And because it's ready.
Yeah, so we've been in the oven for about 2.5 hours. It's important to start checking your bird at about an hour and a half in. With the brining process and with the searing process, you're going to be locking in all that moisture. When through the cooking process, that's going to want to escape, but that crispy skin's going to make it bounce back in, and it's going to cook much quicker. So we're not looking at 5-6 hour cook time. We're looking at 2, maybe 2.5, depending on how big your bird is. But for a 20-pound turkey, about a little over 2 hours.
All right, 550, 2.5 hours. Let's see the result, Mitch. The big reveal. Oh, goodness.
Oh, wow. This looks amazing. It smells so good.
All right.
You smell that?
Yeah. And Mitch, you want to take it out just a bit before you think it's done?
Yeah, so we cooked our bird to about 155 with carryover cooking. We're going to pull it out of the oven at this point. That temperature is still going to keep going up because it's all locked in. Yeah. I like to pull it at about 155 because after about 45 minutes of rest time, it's going to hit that 165 and it's going to start dropping back down. We want to make sure that we give it about at least a half an hour, maybe 45 minutes before we cut into it to let that rest because all that moisture and all those flavors are going to be locked into that meat, and rather than being dumped all over our cutting board.
Okay, so 45 minutes.
Yeah.
on the kitchen table while your guests are all around you. That could be a thing. That could be a thing, right? So, but let it rest, because if you don't, the juices escape, the bird gets dry, and then all your work is for naught.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Well, this looks great, Mitch. Once again, thank you for having us come here and learning about a new technique, how to cook your turkey.
Awesome.
Thanks, Mitch.
All right, thank you. Have a great Thanksgiving. We'll be right back after this break.